This is the place where God turns pain into purpose. Welcome to the Valley. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Valley.
The Valley, come on.
So, episode one,
No, it's only the second one.
yeah, we've been filming.
Okay. It's the second episode.
Oh, gosh. Lovely. And Samuel with Nana, we just want to say a huge thank you to everybody that has engaged with this platform thus far. Please welcome to the community of the Valley. If you are like, welcome, my dear. Please stick around. This is a community that was founded based off our lived experiences as a young Christian married couple navigating life, family, and faith. And we are just young people that wished, yes, when we were going through our own stuff, that we were to click on YouTube and find these two people.
Nabo abantu banamawele bone bagwishayo.
Not exactly like that. Sure. But yeah, we're just here to encourage you that, you know what, in your season of being in the valley, that God sees you and that He will meet you wherever you are. So, for this week.
No, otherwise, I'm joined by the unrelenting beauty, Cleopatra, Thandi, my wife. Sure.
The drama.
Sorry.
You remember what you said earlier? Okay, guys. Anyways, Sandra, our first segment goes so ta and why am I asking?
No,
and it shows.
Sorry. So
and
that's exactly what I'm saying.
No, you didn't do that, and you didn't say that. And Golben and John Pangoti. People everywhere.
So the episode, guys,
we are speaking about baby blues. Since we are coming back from Mother's Day.
Look, guys, Mother's Day. Shout out to all the moms. Oh man, the aunties, the grannies playing the role of woman. Guys. Yo.
Thank you so much to all the moms. So we basically are speaking about mothers, right? Mm-hmm. So we have a couple of questions that we're going to ask each other on the topic.
Come on.
And on the first question, I want you, Gosnati, to share your favorite moment with your mom, as well as your favorite moment with your mother-in-law.
Sure. Okay. Favorite moment with my mom. I don't remember well, but there's a picture of my mom and I in waterfront. And I don't remember everything, but tight jeans. I don't know why I'm wearing tight jeans. A black sweater.
I use like a sweater,
yeah. The thing is, even though I don't remember that day well, but I remember my interactions with my mom. And it was like priceless. And the mama still had dreads. I would look at her, hey, mama, but I was like, hey, man, this is my mom, man. You know what I mean? So I think what I'm referring to is just the emotion that day and just the love I felt and just being spoiled by Mama One. There's many more, but I think that one,
sharp. That's so cute. So you boys really do view your moms like the best thing ever, like the most gorgeous woman ever. Because I feel with our kids, we also are just enamored.
Yeah, ngathi do but yeah, I think because for men it's our first love, you know. Yeah, so when you see mom, it's like your first love, and I think that's why men tend to try to find a woman that looks like their mom, or they maybe not try to, but they end up, you know, kind of thing.
So you think like I look like your mom?
Yeah, you have features like your mom. Yeah, definitely.
I know you.
Yeah.
But show mama, so
your
points down.
Fire. And then my best moments of Mama Zala, I would say, there was a moment. It's actually funny. I think it was the day of our wedding. No, no, no. It was 2 weeks before our wedding. And mama ejikela apha endlini, and she was I was telling her how
Was I in hospital at that time?
I don't know, I can't remember well, but she came by the gate, and I think we were just talking, and I think actually she had just come from inside in Kuba,
Okay.
and then we were just talking, and then I was just relaying how I feel and also my mind state. Saying, "Hey, mama, I'm actually depressed. I think my mind is down." And I think in that moment, because 2019 was crazy, I think everyone knows 2019, but 2019 was crazy. I think in that moment where I wasn't expecting much from Umama in terms of just the support, but she said words to me I will never forget because I felt so encouraged, knowing that we understand. Yes, we're still trying to figure things out. And in that moment, I felt like, yo, there's someone who's willing to carry our burdens, my burdens. And in that moment, it's like, yo, I just gained another mom, yeah.
That's so amazing. And I love the fact that you guys have like your own special bond. Like, I know Bana Ango my mom there, you know, it's like your mom. Sometimes I feel like my mom kind of more than even though I know that's not true.
No, but it's true.
I never said it.
Oh, yeah, sure.
That's funny. I think favorite moment with my mom. So many favorite moments with my mom. Like as like back when I was very young. K2. One, a grade young, a crush. Oh, darling. Like umama, so my mom, behlala eKapa, so mina ngikhulisa ngumakhulu wami. And I used to go edorobheni as I can. And whenever my mom would come home, it was always like a huge deal because my mom always brings gifts. Like if it's winter, she'll bring me winter clothes. If it's summer, summer clothes, toys, all of the things. So now it was my grad. So I always knew my mom corner, everything was going to be fine. She came, I think I didn't know, but my mom is like, my mom, she's very stylish. She was like, nope, this is not going to do for my child. I want to like a brand new dress, shoes.
Sure.
Then it on you, dog.
Come on. Come
Then a curl something
Hey.
at the
Miss Universe.
Jonga,
Wow.
dimmed it down. But it was just knowing that my mom is in the crowd for me and how she brought all her cousins and her friends, no my cousin. Like it was a whole thing. But I think for me, it's just, I felt immense proud because also I did everything eskolweni when I was in creche. I used to be the choir conductor, dancing in majorants.
Choir conductor, grade up?
Yes. There's a picture of me actually leading a choir, dancing in majorants, it dance, all the recitals, like so if the teachers needed someone to do something, I was the child to do it all.
So you were born for this, God.
I'm never gonna fall for it. So yeah, guys, I think that was my favorite moment with my mom.
Sure.
Then I also think in grade 1, I think it was grade 1, Sanse side B and Kakuneta. And I came home, my mom every morning my mom waye light the heater. I forget the tall and the vase of shushu. Oh, I love those mornings. But like coming home, kubanda, your socks are wet, your shoes are wet, and you just smell ukuja, kushushu. So that was also like a moment. I was like, oh, I love my mom, favorite moment. So those two. And then I think with my mom in love, so many. But I think 2 now.
Yeah.
2.
Double.
I always give double, honey. So the first one, a man good night. The first one would be the day you left home to go to a mountain. Like your mom took care of me, okay?
Sure.
Like I felt like already sent Chadi with your family because Mama, I remember she gave me your jacket. She was like, "Kaya kalungana mzumkumbula tayeke bas mama." Niki jacket yako, but I just to keep your scent and just to be close, you know. But that was like so dear because she went out of her way to make sure I was good and comfortable, even though Tata was in my eyes, like, no, Tata was in my eyes.
As you should. As you should.
He was like, I gotta have a coat, But hey, so Mama, that is the first memory. And then I think the second one, it's not a specific memory, but I think every time Kukum Sebins, like on your side of the family, or Kukusingwabo, just me going with her to those things, I always love it. She always makes sure Nalapoba, they're right. I like Baba Mama, but please. So I always cherish those moments with your mom. Yeah.
Sure, man. Sure. I think this then goes to the second question then, because I know you didn't want to be a mom. You didn't want to be married, ne? Okay. But then, did you ever want to be a mom?
I think there was a small desire to be a mom, though I didn't entertain it that fully because I knew, oh my gosh, to make kids, there would have to be the male species involved, and I didn't really want the male species involved. But I've always had this vision. I laugh at it now, but I was very serious then that I would take my child, and I always imagined this girl child. Maybe it was my inner child, and I thought Manzo Shala with the Khoisan, and we're gonna be hunter gatherers, and I'm gonna
Okay.
like live in the like outward outside, so you say. And I think this was not. I think if I got it, Mama, she also loses the question. But for real, I thought that. Remember, I didn't know Jesus at the time, and for me, the most joyful state I could think of was just returning to our roots as African people, and that was the earliest I could trace it back to. So I was like, we'll return to the land.
That's actually dope.
Will be part. I think we still now have that kind of desire, not necessarily to return to the land or anything, but I think like the traditions we want to start with our family of yes, like let's go away, what December, and just actually be with the family. The fact that we don't have a TV and we just want to try to create a culture within our family. But guys, let's get to know each other, let's laugh, let's play games that will actually call us to connect socially. So I think we took up highlight desire, but that was the one and only time. Oh, and then also in high school, I thought I would have 15 kids.
One
1-5, yes, because I wanted all the races and like ethnic groups. I wanted the Chinese, white, black, colored, Indian, and I wanted to adopt them and yeah, but like I didn't know the realities of life back then. Now I don't. Maybe grade 8.
Dang, that's old, bro.
Whoa! Yeah, don't shame me.
You said something so interesting. We're going through that desire that we have of keeping the family unit. You said something, you even said, it's not TV. And the funny thing is, we have 2 TVs, but we put them back. And I think that also came from me, mainly saying, oh man, you know what? I want our family to be a family that looks at each other, that chills together, and not distracted by TV. And even for me, I've taken maybe a step more to say, but not I don't do this all the time, but I try to. The phone is off. The phone is in the closet. Switch off everything. Tell me how has motherhood been for you in spite of all the noise around you? As a young mom, 21 years old, you just
I'm not 21.
So now you're dealing with social media and all these expectations, and it's 2 boys, and you're married to a young man, a whack man. Now, okay, now 10th grade, the greatest of all time.
I think one goes back to partly what I wanted us to also speak about because in our channel, we also are trying to remind abantu, or rather share our testimony of, guys, God can show up for you even when you are in the deepest of pits, right? And I remember I used to go to the clinic and I went for this checkup with the kids, just like a regular checkup. And then the nurse kind of stopped me and she's like, oh my gosh, like admiring the kids, but also asking me like, how do you do it? Like carrying and looking after these 2 kids and you're so young. And I was saying, oh, like, I have a support structure. Like my husband's very hands-on. Our family is also quite hands-on.
Sure.
But she was also still like asking, and she was like, how have you been doing? You don't have postpartum depression? And I was like, no. Like that thought did not even cross my mind. It's my mind that I might actually have like postpartum depression, because I actually was struggling mentally, if you remember, quite a bit. But I never connected the dots, man. Oh, you just had kids and you could have postpartum depression. And that was until I had a really like severe episode, guys. Like obviously there are other things that factor in just how I respond in certain situations. But at that time, I felt like a lot of things were just caving in on me and I was overwhelmed with kids. And I went to the clinic. Eventually, I did get a diagnosis that I was depressed. And at that time, I had stopped breastfeeding. So they actually give me medication. So I was antidepressants. Not for a long time because I started to feel good and I weaned myself off of them.
For one.
Yeah, even short, I'm not sure. But yeah, and I think it's very important to speak about such realities when we're speaking about motherhood, because we don't all come from the same backgrounds or have the same support structures. Even though I was so fortunate to have him and to have our family there for us, but I still suffered depression, and I just want to encourage mothers like to not be ashamed. I know our society sometimes we look at stuff like having depression, the fact that you don't naturally connect with your kids as something that's like wrong and looked down upon. But I don't think anybody wakes up and they're like, I don't want to connect with my kids. Just your hormones and just how your body and your emotions come out. It's not something you can like necessarily control. And I think don't try to control it in a safe space. Just try to actually see how it is and how I'm feeling and where these feelings.
We're back. Yes, apologies about that and our sound. Yeah, I was just saying that I appreciate you seeing me now. We were actually continuing the conversation off camera of just like, yeah, like that meant a lot to me. That even though Namben Gayaz at the time, I won't lie, not like I also understood what was happening, but I'm grateful that now we are at this point where we understand and we have language and we'll do better on our next child. Because we don't have a child now. Like we'll have another child.
We have 2 children.
Like a new one.
Okay. Yeah.
Guys,
please pray for this woman. She wants more children.
Don't you want more children?
No. I don't think it's now.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I mean, God is in control.
God is absolutely in control.
And the woman.
Yeah. No. So you felt seen that moment. I think.
Yes, I did. I felt seen. Thank you. I think we should move on.
I think we should.
Yes.
I think we should.
Do you have any more questions? Or is it my turn?
It is your turn. I think I took 2 questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would you say changed in our dynamic when I became a mom?
Yeah, everything changed. Yeah, so everything changed. Everything changed. So.
How did everything change?
No, like young, So I think Kuba, you had the postpartum, we newlyweds,
Newlyweds.
newlyweds, I think a lot of things change. I think because already individualism is changing, you also had internal change as well, including I. But to speak particularly for motherhood, I think for me, I saw how the attention we had for each other was dramatically less. We had less time for each other, less time to ourselves. I think there's digwa more often than not, because I think we weren't prepared, to be quite honest. There was no preparation. So
That's funny.
yeah, like for real, man. And I think now, 7 years later, it's a thing of, okay, I now understand the dynamic that you need to play as a mom towards abantwana bethu. And I'm loving it. I'm like, actually, you are a great mom. Like, you are killing, like, bruh. But it took a lot of time to know each other and to know the dynamics of usapo. But I'll even say this, I think there was less understanding of me because the dynamics at that time was that your focus was yourself, but also motherhood and the changes you were experiencing externally and internally. There was less time you had with Mna, trying to understand Mna, but also I was broken. So I think we were both people broken in that state, not understanding what it is. And so motherhood for me in the beginning was tough, seeing motherhood, you play out motherhood in the way that you did. The way you're playing it now, totally different. It's a total 180. So I think, by God's grace, time shown when it was mending things out. It wasn't just patches and patches. Now I see the glory of it more. And when we have our next child soon, I'm just gonna be like, yeah.
My last question to you would be, what has been your favorite moment of my motherhood?
Oh man, the way you do the homework with the kids. I mean, this last few months, hey man, you are struggling with homework, Shane. Yeah, I was watching. I won't say her name. She's a mom married to a friend of mine. He's a pastor. Oh man, love that guy. She's going through the most whenever it comes to doing homework nabantwana. And it's tough. I've seen you do it. I've done it. I give up immediately. But to see you push through and persevere, I see that. And I see the kids doing well in school, and they're really doing well. Like, so yeah, that is dope. Yeah.
Okay, great. I think as Tanda, let's just wrap it up with
hot take. Whoa, flames, hot, whoa. Okay, hot take. I understand.
I think Gala.
Okay, hot take. As we celebrating mothers, as we recognizing mothers, whether you are a mother to a child biologically or not, I think it's important to know that internally you go through a lot of things. And sometimes you don't have the language to speak to someone and for them to even reciprocate that language. So grace is utterly important. And sometimes, even in hindsight, I'm realizing that I had so much grace that I got from God, but even more so, I needed to do a lot of investing and research to understand the dynamics that I'm facing and not just assume that, hey, my wife, for instance, is okay. We can just continue with life the way it was. So really take time to invest, to communicate, to educate yourself. I had a conversation with a brother of mine, we'll talk off camera. And counseling, guys, man, it's powerful thing. Sometimes there doesn't even have to be a thing of paid counseling. You've got church members, you've got church counselors,
safe people. For me, my hot take would be give your moms grace. Humanize your moms. Your moms are human beings. I think there's a lot of things I also felt entitled, I didn't understand. I was angry with my mom with. But now that I'm older, I'm a mom, I'm a woman, I can empathize that. It doesn't matter what age you are, guys. In fact, I call manual to be a mom. It is your first time mothering that child. Even if it was your third, fourth, fifth, it's a different human being. Yeah? So let's give our mothers grace. That is all from us. If you are in the valley,
love you all. You are not forgotten. Forgotten. You are just hidden for God's glory. Hallelujah.
this video has been a mess.
It has been great.